Hey guys, welcome to this video. A little light language. I apologize, I have not been quite on top of recording the last few days because I've been so busy, which is not a bad thing. I'm grateful to be busy. But I did want to get a video out sooner, so I'm doing this one right now, and I'll post it as soon as I'm able, and a little light language here. So I'm going to do a few videos hopefully today. I have some messages that I just want to share, but let's just do a little light language first while I'm in flow. So again, I invite you to feel this from a non-linear perspective. This is meant to be felt, not necessarily understood. Just be comfortable. Sit however, lay down. You can have your eyes. I always suggest eyes closed. I do some hand signals sometimes, but it's nice to just kind of feel the energies, and if you don't feel anything, it's okay too. It's still working. If it's something you're open to and it's something that you wish to receive. So taking some deep breaths in. How often do we forget to breathe, right? Kiena kuno atiena kuana kuno atiena kuno du ena kiena kuno di ni duruea na kudui na kukua na kuno oe di. So I'm setting this intention for this to be for the highest and greatest good of all, in alignment with the highest levels of love, light, benevolence for all, and this is for the collective. Dusta ak unukua dik inikrak ukua dukur ukua dukur ukukun ukur it inakukua. Distash tiena kukunokua, dustosh distash tiena kukua, dunoroe tiena. We address you, Master Creators. We address you, for time knows no bounds, because you are timeless. You are boundless. But many of you do not realize this. You do not see. Duro etina kuno atina kuno ko tida na ko duwa akua. Duro so kuno ko du titi na kuno akato ko du kuno ko du Dukunoa, 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 dukuno uruk. Distash tiena kukunoa, tiena kunoa, tiena kuno doena kiena kunoa, doe tiena kua, dukunoa tiena kua. Tiena kudina doena kua, tiena kunoa tiena, titi ta kuno doa tiena kunoa, tit anakua. We seek to hold hands with you. Will you take our hand? Will you accept that you are part of the whole, in the whole universe, the whole family? Dis ashtikini it ina ukuru ukua duk ursto kutuina kitina kukuru tutut ukurusto kudu itina kukurustit it inik it akor okua dursto kua titina kukuru estestista akunukua di ukunua tina kudu ukuru okunukua titina akukuno at it ina kukua duru ena ukunu itina kuoduana kitina kunua. You have access to all expressions of you. You have access to all of the yous. And the multiple views that have accumulated within your frequency. Just as I speak, we speak, I speak. Speak to you, from a cellular being and knowingness. This is an activation from all of the potentials that my field holds. And you guys, I'm having like this multiple, I'll share in just a moment. So there's these multiple versions of myself that Carrie is tapping into. I am Carrie as my past version that is existing now. So my shaman, me, that was in, let's say, or the time of Lemuria that I'm connecting with is coming through now. When I go into a space of allowing, that's what this message is all about, it allows me to tap into the Akash, the Akashic records, if that's what you want to call it. Or as I see it, it's like many people see themselves in a body and they see themselves in a skin suit is what we can refer to it as. Our suit, that our vehicle, right, that we want to love and take care of. But we don't see that we're also encompassed by this light body. And so it'd be like, or those of you that are, it's almost like I see people, we're all in a bubble, and within that bubble, we have many things that we can pull from. Because if you see a bubble and it's connected to another bubble and it's connected to another bubble, what happens is it's like this electricity going through the timelines. So, for example, I am connecting with my Lemurian self, which means I have access to the Lemurian energies now. Just as the Lemurian energies have access to what I'm able to offer now. The little me says, well, I'm not really able to offer that much now. So this is the ego talking, because I'm actually tapping into all these other versions of myself that I was, sorry, I just had a huge energy shift. Not sure if you guys felt that. Interesting. So also be aware, guys, as we come online, the new norm is feeling floaty. The new norm is the floor dropping out from underneath you. The new norm are heat waves. The new norm is synchronicity. It's pretty exciting. So my point is that all of these versions of myself, I'm tapping into when I share this with you guys. And this is helping you guys remember these other versions of yourself that then allow you to access through the grid easier is kind of how I see it. Or shaman. Let's say you were a shaman in a past life. Let's say you were an earth goddess. Let's say you were a sorceress. I say that with love light. Let's say you were a farmer and you knew how to till fields and plant and create beautiful plants. Let's say you were a writer. Let's say you were an artist. Let's say that you were able to offer something with magnetics, and those were your gifts. We're embodying all of that now. And that's part of our reason for being here. It's almost like we then become a conduit to anchor in the diversity of all of those versions of ourselves that maybe we couldn't anchor in back date. When I died on the Trail of Tears, for example, as an example, in a past life, I was not necessarily able to anchor the same energies that I can in this now moment. But because I'm anchoring them in this now moment, I am therefore sending that back through the portals and forward and side to side and up and down. And in addition, that is now changing. That's where the Mandela effect or the timeline jumping, it's all connected. So the more I offer this to you guys, and the more you guys go into meditation, go into your heart, tap into these other aspects of you. I saw myself, for example, as a blue being of Venus. So I'm tapping into that at times. And when you go into meditation and you see these other people, perhaps you do, perhaps you don't. It's okay if you don't. Because everybody goes through it. You might feel a certain energy. Or you might wake up one day and just write something, you know. And anyways, my point is we're tapping into those energies if we allow it. So I talk with a lot of people that are afraid. So I guess this is where this is going to go into a little bit of a message. So let me end with some light language, and then I'll do a separate video on addressing that. Do not be afraid of the gifts that you hold, for you hold them all inside of you. I see everybody like this treasure box, and inside one treasure box there's emeralds and rubies, in another treasure box there's gold, in another treasure box there's a gift. I see someone who has got a gift with animals. I see Snow White. By pulling together all of these rainbow frequencies, we can all tap into this. It becomes a sharing. It becomes a network of beautiful light offering, light giving, neurotransmitting, chemical inducing transmitters, transducers, So I'm getting kind of the message that this was, that's why the controllers, we'll call them, we'll just call them the booger men, women, boogie energies, the boogers. They tried so hard to stop this from happening because it's just like a lot of the old energy systems, for example, closed energy, you know, we can only get things from oil. We can only get, you know, we have to pay for electricity. This has to happen. So these old networks and belief systems were closed circuit, right? So they had to, and a lot of negative energy, we'll call it, even though it's really not negative or dark, it just is energy that chose a certain frequency. That frequency wanted to exist, we'll say. And they wanted that energy, wanted to keep things the way that it was, because then they were in control of everything. But that's shifted, and now they're not in control of everything. So that's why it's so weird right now on television, and it's weird right now what's going on, and everybody feels differently about things because everybody's waking up to their own potential in their own way. And so these energies, we're now in a sharing. We're in a collective group activation. And so once everybody realizes that they are plugged into source, there is nothing blocking their potential except for the old fake screen that's in front of them, or that they perceive is in front of them. Once they see that for what it is, it's a huge aha. And I'll talk about that again. We'll come back to some light language. Duruea na ya. Di ok ono oro kua tias tashti kuno okua. Dunoro e kiet okuno kua, duk uno rusto okua, dienak okua, di ukustushtistashti kini kien okua. Duro ati ini kiena akuno oro okuno at dienak okuro okuno oro orustistashti kini at oro okuno rusti kina. Sorry guys, got a little loud there for a second. Dista okunokuro etina, dina kukunoa, dina kukunoa, dina kukunoa, dina kunoe da oko no dina kiduina kunuro etidina kudu ushtikinia na kunoa. I'm hearing pull out the weeds and you'll see how much space you have to grow. And I'm being guided to, I'm going to start saying that instead of boogeymen, boogie women, boogie energies, boogers, we're going to call them weeds. They're just the weeds. They're part of Earth. They're part of a system. They're not bad. They just aren't good for growth. They'll choke out the light because they want to be expressed as well. And I'm having a guidance to say not all weeds are bad. Some of them are there for a purpose. Well, they're all there for a purpose, but I'm being reminded to remind everybody about that. To recognize that it's still, when you see a weed and you see a beautiful plant, it's still coming from the same place. Guys, that's how it is with the shadow network. It's coming from the same place. It's all coming from source. So if we can find a way to balance that out and just integrate that energy, we've already expressed that, it's been done. Now we're coming to a different life cycle where we it's time to be the butterfly. I'm hearing taking off the training wheels can be scary sometimes, but when we take off those training wheels, we feel like we can fly. We feel like we can go much faster. How many of you guys remember how to ride a bike? For the first time, it was like, wow, this is awesome. I've got the wind in my hair. And then you fell down and it hurt, but you still got back up and rode the bike. So I'm seeing lots of people that have all these expressions that they want to get out. They want to do this, they want to do that, they want to do this, they want to do that. Because that's what's happening. So there's a lot of activations happening. Okay, so I'm just going to go into it from here. I've had a lot of sessions with people, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people, who don't realize they're beautiful. And I see it and I feel it. And I'm sharing a reflection of who they truly are. And that's when I share this light language with you guys and I share these energies with you. It's a reflection of who you are inside. Otherwise, you wouldn't be listening to this video if it didn't resonate with you. You would feel, if you feel something. And a lot of people are looking outside to a healer or to a shaman or to anybody to help bring this activation up from within. And it does help. Guys, I've listened to everybody and I still do because I love growing and I love feeling like, oh, I resonate with that. Triggers something. It's inspiring. But what I'm seeing is more and more people are actually becoming the inspirers. They're not recognizing it within themselves. So I'm inviting you, or you're being invited, we're being invited to see our potentials. And so it's not like you have to hone in on just one thing and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do this one thing well, and nothing else is going, and some people are going to be that way, and that's great, because that's what they came here to do, that one thing, and they feel comfortable doing that. But you guys, it's okay to have interests in multiple things. And so what I'm seeing is because the paradigms have shifted, the ways of learning have shifted, the ways of teaching must shift as well. And you guys are the teachers. We're the teachers. There are a lot more people out there now that aren't learning from the old way. They're going to college or they're going to school and they're realizing what they went to school for is obsolete or will be obsolete in the next 10 years. And rather than coming from a place of fear about that, going back within and saying, you know, I really enjoy drawing. Maybe I'll become a computer graphics designer and go to school for that. You know, I really enjoy working with kids. Maybe I'll become a family counselor or families. You know, and it's okay to do these little courses because that big corporate America is old energy, you guys. Also, I had a lot of references to money. So yes, we're still going to have to work with numbers, but there's new ways of working with numbers. There's new ways of working with the oceans. It's not just about studying one thing, because we're being invited to have a broader picture. So that's one perspective. And the other perspective is that many people are coming online to what I mentioned at the beginning of this video in the light language portion about where I'm tapping into all these versions of myself. Many others out there are too. So that's why you have this sparkle where you want to do, I could do this, I could do that, because you can, because you have, because you are, because it's all happening at once. So when I first started coming online, I had to write. I was writing. And then my ego came in and said, you're not a writer. You've not been classically trained. This isn't for you. And then I stopped doing that. But then I was guided to get into yoga. And then I went, oh, well, yoga isn't the end all, no all for me. I love it, but that's not what I'm passionate about, although I love it in one regard. And then, so my point is, and then I went and did Pilates, which I loved at the time and I felt great. And by the way, it still feels great, both of those things, but that's not the end all either. And then I went into, this won't be the end all for me either. I know it's going to change and evolve with me. You guys are the same way. So a lot of people they've got their day job, but they're recognizing that there's more that they want to do. And we're being guided to do it. Explore it. Do things for yourself that you maybe didn't give yourself the gift of before, because you're connecting with more frequencies now. So what didn't work before because of an old system may work now for you. So try it again. Also, I'm having reference to children. So for those of you guys out there, I'm feeling that are parents, it's also going to create a new dynamic for you to communicate with the kids, because the kids aren't going to be able to function the way that you did as a kid. Obviously, we know technology is completely different from when we were children. However, being able to meet them where they're at by us exploring esoteric systems, by exploring energy and physics and quantum physics and string theory, sacred geometry, harmonics. So a lot more I'm feeling in those fields are going to help us communicate better and learn it from a different system with kids. Also recognizing with ADD, I'm being guided to talk about that briefly. Well, this is really going all over the place. I'm being guided to bring up the thing with attention deficit. A lot of people are having trouble sleeping, and a lot of people are not able to focus. One end of the spectrum is diet, is what I'm being guided to say. Reminding diet, sugar, caffeine, television, EMF frequencies. Get the phone away from your head at night. Get the cable box out of your room. Put a little black tape over the cable box so it's not lighting up at night, waking you up. There's lots of frequencies coming in. You might become more sensitive to it. Get an EMF phone protector on your phone. Look up some things to do about that. Clean out your diet a little bit. Do a cleanse, okay? So a lot of this, because bacteria builds up in our system, it also builds up in our body, and it can create imbalances. So that's one thing. Also, kids. If you're giving your kids all kinds of sugar, even in things maybe we don't realize that they're consuming, I've seen it. My friends' kids. I've seen it in you know, kids normal. You give them a bag of M&Ms, and it's like they become some other person. We've all been there, done that, right? The message that I heard from the guidance team is sugar creates a short circuitry in the brain, and it creates an imbalance in the hormones, and it's a snowball effect. So certainly don't eat snowballs. You know, those little Hostess snowballs? Don't eat those. Anyways, that was a joke. So, and guys, I'm just in flow right now. So the other thing that I'm being guided to share is with ADD, think about it like this video. I'm all over the place. When I'm in a flow, it doesn't follow on a linear path. School is not operating any longer on a linear path. It's okay to be here, be there, be there, be there sometimes. Do you need to focus? Yes. But we're being invited to focus on different things in different ways. So whatever was working before may not work now, and we have to just to flip our perspective again. It's all about, I keep getting perspective, perspective, perspective. So, for example, if you have a child and they can't focus, okay, so they're doing math, they can't focus. All right, get 5 problems done, then let's go to English. Okay, then let's go back to math. Okay, let's go back to English. All right, go take a snack. Give them an apple, you know, or maybe something, an avocado. Come back, work on history. You know, it's okay to do that. You know, it's not that they're going to have to sit there and get one thing done, because that may not be how they operate. And it may not be how a lot of us operate anymore. Sleeping patterns are changing. If you're not getting a lot of sleep at night, it's okay. Why aren't you sleeping? Is it because of the foods you're eating? Is it because you're watching too much television? Is it because you're stressed? That's one bubble, one end of the spectrum. Change your foods. Maybe think about adding some supplements that might get alkaline. I'm being guided to share. The other message that's coming through is meditation versus medication. Medication can have a lot of side effects. I'm not saying by any means to get off of your medication, but what I am saying is I'm being guided to share, do everything you can not to get on the medication. I have a lot of clients that are on cholesterol medication. I do understand sometimes you have to be on cholesterol medication according to your body. But I also understand that a lot of people have lowered their cholesterol naturally without going on to medication. Because that'll have a lot of residual side effects. So be aware before just doing what your doctor tells you to do. Medicine is changing. They're going to start having a much more holistic approach, because recognizing, I looked up steroids the other day and what it does to your body. Whoa. A lot of people are in a disconnect. Steroids will cause a disconnect. Certain medications will cause a disconnect. You're disconnecting the heart because you're in constant place of cortisol, or constant fear, or constant sickness that brings fear. Whatever it might be, it's all connected. So that will change is what I'm being guided to share, but temporarily. The frequency is such that prescriptions are still being pushed. So just be aware of that, especially if you're going to put your kids on medication. If you can help it, the guidance team is suggesting some other things, you know. Create. Artistic activity, taking painting classes, singing, music, all of that will help balance out the imbalances, is what I'm hearing. Swimming in the ocean, obviously it's winter time for a lot of places, but swimming in the ocean is big. Being aware that plastic is in our ocean. So, you know, doing what you can to connect back to the earth. It's a whole other video. Getting your kids involved in that. So getting the kids involved in recycling, taking them to do beach cleanups, taking them to get involved in things outside of television, outside of their cell phone, outside of technology, yet also incorporating technology in with it. Taking them to the beach, doing a beach cleanup and having them post it on Instagram, having them start a beach cleanup page, marrying the two. Rather than fighting it, just roll with it a little bit. Get EMF frequency protectors for your kids on the phone, and have them wear blue blocker glasses at night when they're walking around on their phones. Big, big one. The neck, you guys, texting neck. So if this starts to happen, right, the brain, the spinal cord, the stem, it needs to flow. And this will cause a disconnect. It'll cause depression among all of the EMF frequencies and the style that these Instagram, God bless Instagram, it's great for many things. But what I'm saying is, or bless Instagram, whatever you resonate with, remembering that you can take a negative and recycle it into a positive. So getting the kids involved, maybe they do a painting party and they put that on Instagram and they start, you know, doing so think about incorporating these into your child's activities is what I'm being guided to share. And recognizing that this will help keep them inspired rather than bored. It's not about pushing a bunch of stuff on them. It's about finding what makes them feel joyful. If they like being out in nature, maybe take them bike riding more often. Get them involved with mountain biking. Getting them involved with you guys, this goes for you as well. So some of you guys watching this might be diagnosed with attention deficit. Sometimes I call that multidimensional. Oh, trouble sleeping. Body scan. I will offer a body scan video coming up, but there's plenty of them you can look up online. It's called Body Scan, and you can listen to that before you go to bed at night. You can also listen to binaural beats. I'll have to start a channel. I might have one started for sleep. I'm not really sure on this YouTube channel. So when you wake up at night, when I was going through a lot of activations, I couldn't sleep either. I would wake up over and over and over again. Once I determined I'd changed my food, I'd gotten rid of the cable box, and that wasn't what was waking me up anymore. It was my guidance team waking me up saying, get up. You don't need to sleep this much right now. Create. So I would get up in the middle of the night and I would journal. I would type things up. I would journal. I would read a book. I would listen to something that motivated me or that made me feel relaxed. Then I would fall back asleep accordingly. So recognize that your sleep patterns might change. Sometimes we're actually not that tired. All of a sudden I started to realize, at first I would be like, oh, I only got 4 hours of sleep last night. I'm going to have such a long day. And then halfway through the day, I recognized that I really wasn't that tired. So on the flip side, if you're not getting a lot of sleep and you're exhausted, maybe start sleeping. If you can, take a nap. Go to your car, set your alarm, take a nap. It might be that you're integrating a lot of energies, and for some reason, your sleeping patterns have shifted to where you might want to be up at night getting some work done, and then when you can take breaks at work, go and take a nap in the car or go outside in nature and anchor the energies a little bit. That can shift for us too. I'm having reference to Alice in Wonderland right now, so what's up is down and what's down is up. Is for a lot of us, that's what's going on. So I'm having reference again to the butterfly and how when the butterfly is, when the caterpillar is in its chrysalis stage, it just melts and it becomes it morphs and it becomes a completely different creature. Yet it came from that same energy and it uses all of its energy before it comes out. And so my point is that everything that we had before, rather than saying, well, I've been doing it this long, it's not broken, so I'll just keep doing that. You might be bored with it. So just because it's not broken doesn't mean that you're still finding joy in it. You can use that, though, and build on it, is what I'm being guided to share. So if you had, because a lot of people are kind of going through job changes or financial changes because they're going through job changes. Again, it's those old abundance codes as well. So for a lot of people out there that maybe are used to not feeling abundant, all of a sudden they have abundance, but they still feel lack. Again, it's kind of recognizing that you're still in that space here, integrating that energy, and, you know, seeing it from a different perspective, recognizing it. Guys, as I say all of this, I'm in flow, and there's a lot of clearing going on through the heart. I'm feeling a lot of clearing going on through the crown of the head. Lots of energies are coming through from the throat as well. It's kind of an all-over activation is what I'm being guided to share. So we're going to end with a little bit more activation and go from there. Di na kukuno atia stashti na kukuno atia na akuno uru ukuno oro okuno atia na akua. Dunuro e anakua tia nakua tia tata kua kuno o tia nakua. Duno e ne anakua na ya tana I na ya. Just breathing in and out. Just inviting yourself to feel the energies. If you don't feel them, that's okay too. Not sure if I'm going in the right direction. Distashti kuno. A lot of energy still coming through, guys. Dunoroa kia na kukua okunoa tena ana kuno o tena o no do kunoa tia akana okua. Ukunoa tena tina ki na ukunoa na tia kuno doa no koroa di na kina no kunoa. Di na kina di ana kunoa di na kuno do di na ki di a kuno do okunoa di na ki di o to okunoa. Breathing in and out. Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys, to this video. Thank you. In love and light. Namaste.